Hey, YouTube. All right, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, see if anyone come on, but I'm not gonna stay on tonight. So, all right, whoever's in there, give me a thumbs up into the room. I know it's kind of late, so I may not get too many people on here. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'll wait and see. All right, let me see.
Welcome to part 2 of our Scrum training series, Backlog Refinement. I'm MJ, Michael James. I help businesses do Scrum and related Agile practices. Backlog refinement is necessary in Scrum, but it doesn't need to be a meeting as we're showing in this video. I like to do this a couple work days before the next sprint planning meeting, giving the product owner a little time.
Hey y'all. Y'all coming in kind of slow. I know it's late, so I'm just waiting to see if anyone else comes on. So how y'all doing today? All right, let me go ahead and charge my phone real quick. Come on into the room. Hit a thumbs up. Much appreciated. What are y'all up to tonight? Y'all not on here. Oh, goodness. Pain. Well, there's not much to say tonight. Been a long day doing the class. Did a few of my assignments this evening with survey.com. I didn't get to finish all of them because it had to be done by 10 o'clock. And I was in Decatur. So, anywho, I don't know. Today's been a little bit kind of frustrating. I realized, you know what? I am not that good of a team player when it comes to working with teams. We had to do this team project. It's not even a project. It's like breaking up into teams to learn a concept about Scrum. I know y'all don't know what that is, but to me, it's like I just, I don't know. I just said, you know what? I just need to deal with it. And hopefully, you know, as we progress through this course, that I'll be able to work with a team that I will like because I don't understand it. We know they always got that smart aleck person that think they know everything and always be trying to do so much. But then when it's time to, you know, break up into teams and then we do a project, you come up and it says, well, what are we supposed to do? Or when you try to start the program or whatever the case may be, they're like, I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. I'm just like, you know what, do what y'all want to do. Today I had to just check out. I was working with this one Indian lady rather, this one guy. I don't know if he's like, I think he's kind of mixed. I think he's like white and Asian of some sort, but look more white. And then there's these other two people from I don't know where they from. So it's like two people in there. They're not saying nothing. I haven't heard them say anything. You know, one Indian lady, and then this small aleck guy, named Jeremy. And I'm sitting here like, all we doing was supposed to create a project like we building YouTube, right? Not a YouTube channel or whatever. And it's like, what do you need to do? So I said, well, um, we start to create, we supposed to follow the instructions that was just demonstrated. and with the instructor. And I'm like, it ain't that serious. We supposed, you're supposed to choose different, how you wanted to have it set up and stuff. And I was like, we don't need to make this, hey, coders, we don't need to make this so difficult. So, of course, I start saying, I said, let's put down 10 things and then we just arrange them in importance later. We just need to troubleshoot. So I said, I think if we're going to build YouTube, no, this is just a pretend, um, we would need video and pictures. Well, what that got to do with YouTube? I said, what do you mean what that got to do with YouTube? I'm like, how some people be so contrary, like whatever you know how people try to act like you're not gonna treat me like I'm stupid, because there is no right or wrong answers when we was doing this project today. So I said, you know what? I'm not. I told them straight up. I said, I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood. I said, you know what? If you want to do it, you take over. You just take the Zoom room. I just canceled, and I said, you know what? Y'all could do it. Y'all could figure it out because it's like you gonna say you don't act like you act stupid, you don't act like you don't understand. And then I didn't say nothing. I turned off my camera, I put myself in mute, I started cleaning up one of my rooms. Where she go? Well, you ain't gotta get all upset about it. It's not even about being upset. It's like because the day before we was in the same team. You're gonna be working with the same people y'all did yesterday. Yeah, I said, oh God. So it's like I say something, it's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's right. So I was like, you know what? Y'all do what y'all want to do. You know, y'all do what y'all want to do because we're not going to be graded based on a group project. We're supposed to work on a group project, but I say, you know what? I'm just gonna lay back. I'm gonna wait. I hope that we don't be randomly selected, but most of the people in that class, they from some other foreign countries. They barely act like they know how to talk. And we could do a team project. He's no, not that one. Oh, not that one. Is not that smart out of one. I haven't heard him talk since day one, since the orientation. So I haven't heard too much from him. And I have not worked with him in any sort of capacity. It's another one. It's this other guy named Jeremy. So white. He looks white, but you could tell he's mixed, like Asian and white. But he looks more white. Every time you turn around, he got something. He always be. I said, well, damn, do you want to be the TA? Do you want to be a teacher assistant? Or better yet, do you want to be the instructor? Because we all learning. And I know that people know more than others because um, it's this one guy, this one black guy. He already got his little degree from Atlanta Technical College, and he learned it. So he says, "Oh, he's been already working doing this type of job before, but he didn't do it for years. So he just there for a refresher. But I didn't manage. I don't manage to work with him too much. So he was on a different team with these other people. So yeah, it's like I'm not gonna say teacher's pet because it's not about being a teacher's pet because it's not like, oh, good Jeremy, you doing this. Um, he just one of those people who you think they know it all. Well, what you want to do is you want to put this code in here, and then after that, I'm looking in the Slack. He talk about he did some code he couldn't break it. He did something on the something he was doing, and he couldn't fix it. It's like it's so many. If you do certain things when you code, you could actually freeze the system up or whatever. So something he did because I was reading it. Well, I'll just go ahead and ask so and so tomorrow. I'm looking at this in Slack. He had this conversation with someone else. So I said, well, what did you do? Yeah, like he act like he wanted. Well, I'm not judging jury, but he wants to be teacher and TA at the same time. you know. So then after that, I say, you know what? You want to do it? Go ahead, you do it. Because I'm saying we only have like 40 minutes to do a project, and So him and his other Indian lady, she's like, okay, we would do it the category. I said, it don't make a difference. We just choosing a different format. You could just go ahead and edit it. So I'm trying to tell them what they need to do. I said, well, let's list what we need to list. So they sit over here, um, putting all kind of whatever. I didn't say nothing. I sat back and looked. I was talking to my big, I call her my big sister, um, in Arizona, the one I'm supposed to be going to visit. I'll probably visit her in February. So I let her know I'm going to go to Arizona. I'll probably do that in February. So, um, so I'm sitting back while they put 10 different types of issues, they call issues. And we never did got a chance to present our what we did as a team, because he had this online wheel with all the names on there. So rather than him randomly try to pick someone, he'll spin this wheel, and if your name show up, then you get picked. Because obviously everybody is not going to talk. They ain't going to participate in no form of fashion or nothing. So he decided to come up with this wheel concept for everyone to speak. Because I think, one, I do way too much talking. When they ask people for, well, what do you think of, we going over stuff as a group, and they say, you don't be afraid, get off the mic. So I get off the mic because it's much faster for me to talk than me to type in a chat. Everything ain't got to be typed in the chat. So, um, so we never did get chosen to present what we needed to do, but everybody basically was doing the same thing. So as we was going through different people was presenting, it was like, well, the first thing you made, the most important thing if you would started doing YouTube, not a YouTube channel, but like building YouTube, it's just a pretend, a landing page, right? And people came up with all these different things, adding a button and all that stuff. But it's really more to you to think critically. So three of the people, they had something very similar in terms about, I said, if you want to do a YouTube channel, when YouTube, see, matter of fact, when we were talking about when the concept, I don't want to start the concept because y'all not going to understand what I'm talking about. But when Facebook came along, they said, what was the thing when Facebook came along? I said, when Facebook came along, it was only for local, it was a communication for colleges, the people to communicate with, they had pictures on there and people could communicate through college. That's how, and the concept we were learning was about development, software development. So I was like, well, if we were going to build YouTube, we would do pictures and film, video. What that got to do with building YouTube? I said, what do you mean? What it got to do with YouTube? About building YouTube? That's one of the important things we want to think about building. So it was like, so like yesterday, people ask, well, what do you think we need to do with this? And every time I seem to say something, it's always, well, I don't think so. I don't know. I ain't got, always contrary. But then turn around, they put a whole bunch of nonsense. I sat back there. I said, you know what? This is stupid. So I said, okay, well, so then we had to go back and break up the project more. So I said, okay, I'm going to take the starting page and the photos. That's the one I said we'll break it down from that. So everybody had two parts to do for each one. I said, well, I gotta go because I had something I needed to do. It was almost like 6:30, 6:35. It ends at 7. And I said, well, what is so-and-so with the other two people? I ain't heard them say nothing. I ain't heard them, really got the chance to express what they needed to express. I'm sitting back listening, and what do you mean? What's so and so gonna do? What's me? So he gonna try to get back at me. I said, you know what? Hey, Sally. I said, you know what? Y'all go ahead and do what y'all want to do. I'll update whatever I'm gonna do tomorrow and put it on, you know, put it on, whatever, you know, the note, whatever. I was like, so I was driving and I went back to the main room in the Zoom room. And the instructor, he was like, "No, I don't feel comfortable talking if you driving. That's dangerous. We could talk tomorrow." And I asked him basically, I said, "Are we going to be with the same people when we do other projects? Or are we going to be working with different people throughout? Like are you going to randomly pick people and do these projects?" Because it was so annoying for the last 2 days. And I know at times I don't like working in teams. Even when I worked in real life and you have to be broken up in teams, I like working in teams and working with people, but I don't like to be marginalized because when you work with people of different age, different experiences, or whatever the case may be, cultures, that's part of life, I guess. That's part of when you work. You go, I know I'm going to deal with different people, different age groups, different generations, different cultures, different whatever. But one thing I do is see people want you to respect them and listen to what they got to say. But then when you say something, they want to act like they want to talk down or act like you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. You know exactly um, what someone's speaking of. They just want to. So I let those two handle it. They were like, "I don't understand this one." The Indian lady, she's like, "I don't understand," and they always act like they know it all. That's why I don't hate. I hate fucking Asians people. I hate Asian people, and I don't care. I don't like working with Indian people, and I don't like working with white folks and Asian. And he's Asian, white, whatever the hell he want to classify himself to be. They always you're not first of all, you're not gonna look down to me all crazy. Because when it was all said and done, when the instructor, when we came back, he was like, "Well, one of the things you may want to do if you was gonna build YouTube is have videos and pictures." The same fucking thing that I said. The first thing I came up and said, I think we should add that on the list when we build this project. I don't know what that got to do with it. But then they put a whole bunch of fucking nonsense. He said there's no right or wrong answer, but the main point he was making about what was you going to include when you build a project, and I said, how are you going to build a platform that's focused on video, cameras, video, pictures, and you can't see the correlation of we pretending we building YouTube. And I'm on video, y'all. I may not show pictures, but don't y'all look at YouTube videos? What is the most thing you see on I don't care what channel it is. What you mostly see on YouTube? Tell me. Because you ain't gonna act like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And the whole bad, and I said, you know what? You want to do it? You do it. And I asked them, what's the other two people gonna do? What do you mean? What the other people gonna do? Yes. What sections are Camille and Khalid and whatever the hell their names are, they're gonna do? What do you mean you don't know? What do you mean? What are they gonna do? Sometimes I want to punch these dumb, stupid ass people in the fucking face. I said, man, this program is free. I said, let me hurry up and get the hell. Let me hurry up and do this. Let me, So I said, so I don't know. Hopefully I'll be hopefully it's like 63 people in this class. 63. I said, a couple weeks ago we were broken up into teams, and the same thing. Two of them ain't saying nothing. I said, hello, so and so, you there? Hello, you there? They got the camera turned off, mute. They not even in the room. They not even doing the work. The other one, her name is Erica. I'm here. I'm just I'm just helping my daughter do school. They be doing all other stuff. I said, okay. I ain't say nothing. I just said, okay. Well, what we supposed to do? I said, we supposed to do this, and that, or whatever. So then we take the whole time. Never did nothing. Never did the project. Never did anything of the sort or anything. it was another group of people I was with. I said, well, okay, let's go ahead and start. We're gonna start. Hello, anybody there? It's like they want to sit back and they don't want to do anything. And I know and out of 60 something people, I said, damn, is there anybody that's gonna really do something, So because he don't really pick people. It's like if so I think the instructor invented this wheel, spinning the names. So your name come up, then that means you gotta present or answer a question or present something or whatever that we supposed to be working on. So I guess he came up with that concept rather than the same people talking all the time. Because I know I'll be participating and I know I'll be doing whatever. But I said, well, dang, I want to just create some projects because now we're getting into the thick of things, you know. So I've been practicing coding. Oops, turn this thing off. So I've been practicing coding on this app that I found a couple weeks ago, and you actually learn the code. So one of the classes is the CSS HTML. So I've been ahead of the game. So I said when we finally get to learn coding and they go over it, I'm already going to know I'm already at the intermediate level. And I've been learning this for the last 3 4 years. So I said, I'm just gonna take my assessments. Um, if they say we building a project, hopefully it's individual projects and not no team, because I don't want to do no damn team project, even though the project being a web designer, or not web design, but a web developer software, you have to work with teams, even in the real work environment, you know. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, I was talking to my friend, we were talking and she was like, she said, that's why know me. Well, you know what? It may not be no me in teams, but I ain't gonna, I don't know. I said, you know what? It's just a matter of, I know when it gets in the working world, trust me, it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of rough because even my friend, well, I don't know, we friends because I haven't spoken to her for a minute. She's, she worked at the CDC. She worked for a third party company doing projects, coding, and all these type of things. I'm gonna try not to. And she expresses that she works with teams and she works. She's a she's a developer in a sense, software developer and stuff. And she works with different teams. And she been telling me about her experiences, with working with Indian people, and she will write code and do a project and how people be, they be trying to marginalize you. They really do. They be trying to marginalize you, and you on the same slate as I am, and you're gonna act like stupid. And I was like, is it me? And I can't really talk to the instructor too much because he's a white man, and the other, the TAs, they not gonna really understand what the hell I'm talking about. They really not. And um, there's so few black folks up in there that they'll want to act. They be like Donald. He's from here, from Atlanta, and if you've been working, he worked as a contractor for one of these big companies here. I said, well, what happened? Well, they let us go, and so he was actually doing projects. But then I said, oh, let me see your LinkedIn profile, and looked at his resume. You would think he has no experience, but the way it was written, I was like, I ain't say nothing because it's not my place. But that's why they have career coaches, and maybe they could help build his resume out, and he really needs to put it out there. So, but I hate to say it, um, when he starts speaking, he kind of he gonna need to work on how to communicate. Not he doesn't talk or anything like that, but um, I could see if he was going to an interview and he had to speak, he's not gonna sound very professional, in my opinion. And a lot of times people understand concepts. People may say they may know things, but they don't mean they really know. And I'll be the first one. I know I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna be an expert in coding and doing the actual work and be as a web developer. That's why that takes practice. That takes practice. When you go to a job or into a field, they're gonna tell you they're gonna teach you what they want you to learn. They're gonna teach you the process how they do it. So a lot of these things are classroom taught training, but that's not a lot of the things they even told us you may not even use when you go into the real working environment. But you have to be open minded, and that's why they try to teach the soft skills. And I know it's going to take me a minute to really learn about working with a team, because I know I already told one, I already told the TA or whatever. I already told the one, but I said I don't have much patience when it comes to working with people when you feel like you wasting time, and or lallygagging, or you know or being marginalized, like being talked down to. I don't, I can't see. I'm not gonna be talked down to. We all supposed to work together as a team, and you bring up something. I don't know what you talking about. Motherfucker, you ain't trying to learn but no one's talking about. That's the problem. When people act like they know it all, they know all, do all. Why don't you do it then? Here you go. You go ahead and do it. You gonna do it, because obviously every time I seem to say something, you contrary. Now I don't think that's what he talking about. Now I don't think you know if you can't value people's opinion and you working as a team, and you so quick to, and I don't think so. And okay, then you tell me, and then turn around. We didn't even get selected to present what we need to present, but I know everything that they was typing, it was surely not. We were not even on the track of doing it right. I was like, damn. Now one of us got picked to go over it, and none of that was gonna make any sense. None. The same thing. I try to get to the point of going on a thing. I said to build something. It was like so obvious. So obvious. I said pictures and film, pictures and video. Now, I don't know. Now, where'd that come into? We're building a YouTube channel. First of all, y'all chose to stay doing the same sample he gave. I said, well, I already was started thinking ahead of time. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a project based on remodeling of my house, my own personal project. What that got to do with being digital? I was like, oh God, people just did. I said, you know what? Forget it. I said, I'm not going to share that with y'all anyway. So, what y'all going to do? Let's first come with a team name. We're going to do the format. Just a basic, click, click, click. That's it. You know, I hope we don't have to do this for the third day in a row with the same people. I hope we're doing something different tomorrow. Totally different. And maybe they choose whole new teams of people. And if the same silliness happen with these other groups of foreigner people that I'm gonna be working with tomorrow or whatever for the rest of this project, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna work on my own individual project. I say, okay, and just be there. Say what I need to say. Nobody don't talk. Nobody don't say nothing. You know, We don't do nothing. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna develop my own projects. That's all. Do my own projects, and that's it. And sit back. You know, because I could see right now. I already could see right now that I don't that these previous the millennial generation, whatever, these people want to be cliquish. Now I know cliques has always been forming, even when I was growing up back in the day. People just naturally cliquish, you know. People are just naturally cliquish, and that's it. But I'm just gonna keep on rolling and keep on going, you know, because I know one thing. I'm gonna find me a brand new career. If I don't, I'll start my own. I start my own business. Like I told y'all, my whiteboard. One of my vision plans was start my consulting business that focused on tax preparation, business development, and web design. You know, stick with point number 4. The only reason why I'm looking that way because that's where my whiteboard is. I didn't put it back in the other room, but I still have it right there against the wall. So I'm gonna learn HTML, CSS, and develop my website. Grown Women Can Code Too.com. You know, use these skills that I've learned. You know, this Scrum mythology, because that's what we did, and learn the concepts myself. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, y'all break on the team room. We all gonna be doing. Y'all just do this and come back. You know, we do it. We don't. I'm just gonna do it myself. You know, people don't want to talk, fine. But you ain't about, but that little Jeremy, he's a smart aleck. You know, I knew he was a smart aleck. When he first came, he was already, we did the project, we broke up into teams. I'm finished. What do you mean you finished? I said, he thought he finished. We broke. I said, how you already finished? He's like, I already finished. I'm like, we're supposed to do this as a team, and you talk about you finish. And then when we start, I said, okay, let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and start. And, the first thing, what's our team name going to be? I mean, just the simplest thing. I only asked one thing. People, I already did that. You want to be so quick. Quick to do what? He's so fast and so quick, and then he's so quick to say something. He ain't gifted. He gifted with a bunch of BS. That's the only gifted he is. I tell you, he white/Chinese or Asian. They always think they know it all, and then those Indian people. You know how they do look. I don't care what nobody say. People say they need you. Yes, it is. When you deal with enough Asian people and you deal with Indian people, black folks, they always be looking down on black folks. I don't know about Hispanic or how they treat other races, but I know they be trying to be quick. One thing I noticed is that the people who've been broken up in teams, like Donald, this other black guy, and I was like, dang, I said, I'd rather work with them. And I know since they already formed their little cliques and they already formed their little thing, I already know they're going to, I don't know how randomly I keep getting. And then I was like, dang, I'm with you again. I already know. I already told the instructors and stuff. Way before we started doing these team projects, I said it was certain people I would not work with. I'll let y'all know. I told them, well, let's let us know. We ain't gotta make it public. I don't make it public. They ain't gotta know why you ain't in the room no more. So if I come across the ones I was talking about, I can't work with no Jeremy. And I cannot work with the other guy. The one, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no, I already know. You know, what they say, when people show you who they are, believe it. And the instructors and stuff, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna understand where I'm coming from. Well, Teresa, sometimes, you gotta work with different people and everybody ain't gonna be the see. They're not gonna understand that stereotype, not stereotype. They're not gonna understand that. I ain't gonna say racist, but they're not gonna understand that. They're not gonna understand because see, they're not gonna be in that position. You know? A white man and a white woman going to going in IT or any major industry for that matter is never going to face that certain kind of um I ain't gonna say racism because it's not like they're being racist, it's biases. They're never gonna face that bias. They're never gonna face that um not racist. I ain't want to put that. I don't want to go that far because people say you be racist, but um, they're not gonna really understand that. These biases and this marginalized in these type of industries, especially tech. That's why they've been trying to promote a lot of. That's why they're trying to diversify tech, IT. They want to see more different people in IT. Indian people is not diversifying IT. Asian, they not. That's not diversifying. And they know it. And people need to be a little bit more upfront about it, Not dance around it. We need more people of color in IT. They try to dance around it. People of color, that could be anybody. That could be Asian, that could be Indian, that could be from the Pacific Islands, that could be anyone from the islands, Caribbean, anybody. Let's be a little bit more clear on what you mean by that. It was this black man. It was one case I just read a couple of days ago, rather, sued. I know Tesla. He was working on a team with Tesla and got millions of dollars because he filed a civil case against them. I didn't read it. I just saw that it was a black man and he got millions of dollars from being hostile work environment, racial hostile work environment with Tesla and got millions of dollars. Then a few years ago, a black man was and the thing that was sad about this story was he was working at Facebook and he was working as a developer and had suicide, killed himself because there was so much stress of working at Facebook that he killed himself, and he was dealing with a lot of racial in the widow, the wife sued, and she sued, and I don't know what happened with that case, but it was documented of his complaints he had were working with Facebook and all the stress he was dealing with and all the environment he was working with, and they didn't do anything. I think matter of fact, I think she got millions of dollars and proved the case because he was well documented of the things he was going through. See, ain't nobody discussed that. See, people don't read this, and that's not just two cases. This has been going on for a long time. African American black folks working for these high organizations, and it's not just IT, people dealing with racial profiling and just harsh, really harsh, you know? But if I was to bring something up like that and says, you know what, I have a concern, because see, I try to be subtle. my main concern I was talking about was about age, and being a black woman working in this type of industry. I ain't talking about no technical support. Somebody calling on the phone. My phone don't work. I ain't talking about technical support. So that's customer service. That's something real general. That's not really IT. You may provide technical assistance, but I'm talking about like software development, working on teams. These high end careers, whether it be product support or whatever, Facebook group, all these big companies, big and small, but it exists. And I don't, and I know they try to, skill up millions of people to go into this field and organizations. But what about those aspects that you have to deal with? And it's real, it is real. And I'm experiencing that in this little nonprofit organization training, working in teams and how marginalized and you supposed to work together as a team, and people kind of, and all these foreigners and foreign people in this class, 63 people. I swear to God, it's only six six black folks from America, one white guy from Kentucky. He real nice. I need to Jonathan. He lives right up in not too far from me either. He live up in right up there in the city of Stonecrest. I said, "Oh, you're down the road from me." Um, and then maybe about two, three, maybe about three, four Hispanic people. I mean, they look black, but you can tell they Puerto Rican or Dominican or something. Other than that, that's it. If I read you break down people, now I ain't saying all those people foreigners, they from the same country, because some of them from, one lady's from Russia and she doesn't really speak English as well. We work together, me and her and these other two people. The other two ain't say nothing. I was like, hello, so y'all still there? Just say something, just talk, y'all. So, but like I said, my whole big problem I'm having, is these little smart aleck, I said, I hope I ain't gotta deal with him, because every time I turn around, he got something. Oh, this other person. Her name. They said she put her nickname Vanilla. She's from England. I think she's from England because she sounded like she grew up. She sounds like she's from the United States, but I think she also was went to boarding school. She sounds privileged, and I went to boarding school in England. She's not English, but she's white. But I think she's trans because she's a girl, but then I think I don't know, because I try not to really trying to guess. I just say, hey, Vanilla, or whatever, and I call by her nickname. She always want to be a clown in the room. Like she would be like, and the day go by, that random yapping. I'm like, what's she talking about? You be sitting there, you try to look at the video or learn or take notes, and she be in the chat, and sometimes she get off the mute and she just start yapping about something. And the days of our lives, and this. And I was like, I'd be like, okay, I keep on doing whatever. I mean, she's nice and all, don't get me wrong, but I was like, what are you saying? She be just trying to say something to the instructor, and he ain't responding. He be like that laugh on his face, like he's laughing at her, not with her. And I'll be looking at people. I said, they expressions be like, okay, all right, well, let's move on. It's like, I know what they be going. I tell you, I got this discernment about things. I gotta tell you, I got this discernment. It's like some people expressions. It's like like my expression on my face. You ain't gotta get mad. You ain't gotta be upset because after that you start hearing the keyboard start. And I'd be fine. You ain't gotta get. I got mad the other day. I was like, we were doing something, trying to get the security code for this GitHub, and I was like, I followed all the instructions that it said. It's still not working. They act like he gonna brush me off. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. You know, this African girl named Rita, I need help. I need to so and so. Can you come in the chat room with me? I need to do. It's like I said, well, dang, she be in the car more than anything else. Everything turn around, she driving somewhere. I gotta pick up my kids. I'm driving, and I was like, damn, and do you ever do anything? It's like, I know everybody needs help, and everything may be a little bit difficult, and you may get stuck, but she been trying to utilize the whole TA for nobody else to get access to. They said, okay, we going on break now. I need help. I said, well, dang, can he take a break too? People need breaks too, So the trucker was like, hey, Rita, give Andrew a break. He need a break. And he be laughing and stuff because she be like, like Beck and call. I ask for help. They'll be like, all right, well, we need to move on. I'm like, well, god dang. So I get kind of a little bit frustrated because it's like if I seem to say something, all of a sudden we doing back to what we were doing. So I said, you know what, forget it. I'll figure it out. And then after that, I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's a good program, but god dang. I tell y'all now, if you're working with people, you always gotta, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna speak to somebody, not in the room, in the class. I'm gonna speak to they said if you need any help or if you want to discuss something or something bothering you, don't feel free. So I think I gotta speak with one of the directors or somebody. Because maybe I need to get, maybe I need to know how to deal with that. Because you ain't about to be talking to me. You are not about to be marginalizing me over no damn projects. I'm trying to learn just like you, but shoot, you ain't gonna try to act like you know all be all. Some people, boy, they be acting like they all be all. Okay, we gonna work on this project. I'm finished. Like goddamn. How you finish? And we supposed to be doing it together. That'd be killing me. Because see, that proves right there, you don't even try to when somebody say we doing all right, y'all work on a team and we gonna start from the beginning and y'all put this together and you finish the project um rather than letting other people get involved and working on it, you want to be the instructor. You want to finish and then you want to be the instructor and then turn around and don't even and then when you try to ask question, you don't even, I'm like, I can't stand people who do that. You working on something and then you broke it up into groups and you want to be the one. The instructor already went over that. That's why he gave us notes. Can I read the notes so I could do it myself rather than you being a teacher? You're supposed to help people. If people have questions, you be there to help and say, oh, can you tell me I'm stuck? Jonathan, can you help me with this and tell me, or whatever? There's a difference between leading, there's a difference between helping people, and there's a difference between you finish and okay, let's work together. No, I don't, that's not what he's talking about, and not even listening. Because you already made your mind that whatever somebody say something, they wrong. Now that ain't right. That ain't what he talking about. But then when you turn around, break up, come back to the group, then they say, well, one of the things you want to put is put pictures and video when you do YouTube. The instructor even said it. and they act like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Boy, I swear, people be it be just. Oof. All right, what time is it? I've been on here for an hour. I ain't really had nothing to say on no particular point. So, all right, I got 4 thumbs up. It's 3 of y'all in the room. So, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. All right, it's Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday now, but I'll be on tomorrow night, Wednesday night. I don't go back to work until Thursday. But this week, I am not taking VTO. I'm going to be working the whole 3 days, 12-hour shifts, and hopefully I'll find out next week if they transfer me to a different department. I said I'm not going to transfer back to Brazelton, but I'm going to transfer to a different department because obviously either they got too many people who are sorters or, doing what I'm doing. So I said, let me go and do something different. So it's not that hard. Any job you do there is not that hard. It's just hard on your feet. That's the only thing. And I want to be under that. I don't want to be under that person anymore. Because she's going to make me curse her out for real. She's going to make me curse her out. So, but I'm not going to take VTO this week. If it's slow and they say we need people to get up, then, they're going to have to keep asking because I heard that they was keep asking people throughout the night. And some people stayed, but I don't know. I can't see how Amazon, if you got people coming in, some people working overtime and you sitting around and then you got people not doing nothing. I don't understand it. I don't see how that's efficient. I don't see how that's efficient. That you ask people to take they just simply what they need to do is say, okay, you're not scheduled today because you don't have to. It's not required that you have to work every day. They could come back and say, oh, this shift is canceled for tonight or whatever. Because I can't see how you paying all that money in over budget. Now I know I would come to work and stay, but I always said, like I said, I'll take the VTO last week because I had things to do and I was not in no mood to try to, stand up for all those hours. And I know eventually it's going to get to a point where I'm going to be going back to work with TurboTax and if I decide to keep on studying or pursue my education further with the tuition reimbursement, if they do it, I may take some classes to learn cloud development or something because I'm glad I'm doing what I'm learning right now, but it seems to be a little something that needs to be added on, because I'm starting to look right now for some junior development positions. I am start looking now just to see what I need so I could format my resume. And I am starting to look for some internships and apprenticeships so I could start. So that's what my plan is to start looking. I'm not trying to stay in customer service or look for no customer service jobs. Now, if y'all want me to look for something for y'all, because I don't know how many of y'all really interested in working from home or customer service. Maximus, that company I was working with the CDC, they sending me emails talking about they hiring for the Department of Education to take calls for the Department of Education, and they hiring to work remote, working from home. That's to help people with the FAFSA and student loans. And Also, that remember I was telling you about that federal forgiveness program. They're gonna start hiring people to answer those calls. I know they're gonna. I know they are. So they're looking for. I know they're gonna be hiring people because they're gonna be a lot of. There gonna be a lot of issues coming up, and they always be hiring right around this time of the year, especially for insurance. You know, when people start signing up for insurance for Medicaid, Medicare, they're gonna be hiring for that. Um, Medical enrollment specialists. So, and I don't know about this thing with this damn virus thing. I don't know if they are gonna decide to hire to answer those calls again. Yep. So there's gonna be a lot of positions. They started really hiring now because insurance and open enrollment is now. Open enrollment is right about now. So they probably been hiring. They probably been hiring at least a month now. But it's so many companies. Maximus is just one of the main ones. But they do tend to hire a lot of people when it comes to signing up for insurance from now until the end of the year and then the beginning of the January. In the Department of Education, you know, that's gonna be now until next year. I don't know when it ends or how long it's supposed to be, but usually I think in the past it was a year. I think the last time I heard when they was hiring people for Department of Education, um, it was at least a year, and then after that, the position ends, and then they now hiring people again. So I put it in there because I put it in today when I got the email. But they say, oh, you have to be available for training for 4 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know when it's supposed to start or what period of time it's going to be. But like I said, I'm not trying to let it interfere with my training here at Generation either, because that ends until the middle of January. So I'll be already going back to work at TurboTax. So I need to communicate with the recruiter, make sure that's still on track. But I think it still is. It still is on track. So I just have to make sure when are they going to mail the computer and everything else. No, they not really paying no $10 an hour because it may be like 6, 15, 16. That's the only thing. I still see six. Now some of those positions with the is not answering calls about health insurance or nothing. It's something else. Some of them was trying to pay 12. I was like, y'all good luck with finding people with that amount of money. The little third party companies, they be trying to pay $12. I don't know. They not really doing no 10. I mean, they ain't that low, colas. They not McDonald's, you know. Some of those pay is at least 12. And even then that's too low. $12 when they want you to have flexible schedule, you know. You have to be flexible to work whenever. You know, you can even work another part-time. You can even work another part-time job anywhere. They be wanting to give you, well, you have to work between 1 and 10, 11 to 8. You know, ain't nobody can find no job, no other part-time job working a schedule like that. We need you to work Saturdays and Sundays, weekends, with $10, $12. Y'all gonna keep on looking for somebody too. Ain't nobody taking positions like that working from home. They think because you work from home, they want to pay real low. You know, it took Wayfair. Wayfair was paying 14. When I took that job at Wayfair, it was 14 an hour, and then they gave $1 to match Amazon um, working from home, and they matched it to $15. Shoot, but they want your schedule to be Even though you choose the schedule, when they give you a choice, they say, which schedule would you be interested in working? And then none of the choices ain't all that good, you know? Ain't none of them all that great. You could work eight to 4:30, but you one of those days is you're gonna be working a Saturday or a Sunday or both or something crazy. They never, you can't work no 15. Even if you are working from home, just because you're working from home, they figure, well, you're not spending money on gas and did. I said $15. You still gotta pay your bills and you still gotta pay everything else. That ain't no money. Shoot. Some of these call center jobs, they be still trying to pay that though. And then they try to give you a little bit of something like 16, but ain't nobody really, I ain't never seen 12. It's been a minute since I saw $12. Maybe that's why they won't hire me. Number one, I should not even be messing. I know why I'd be messing around working these call center jobs working from home for $15. Mm-mm. Nope. That don't make no sense. I cannot do nothing with that. All that did was a waste of time. That ain't nothing but a waste of time. I might as well do survey.com and do my little gig merchandising gig jobs. Well, that's way before inflation. That ain't got nothing to do with inflation. Inflation, that ain't got nothing to do with that. Wages has always not matched inflation. Not just this year, not last year, but in general, for the last 20 something years, wages has never been um, matched up to rate of inflation. And rate of inflation has not been accelerated as like it is now. And there's nothing really, nothing to do with inflation. And the pay rise has never been correlated to cost of living. Cost of living and inflation are two different things. Those are not the same. Yeah, they're gonna get bad. That's why I'm gonna when I talk about my next um my next video. I don't know if I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do a live. I may start doing small short videos here and there, but I'm gonna do a discussion. But I need some anticipation. I don't need the same person talking all the time or not. That's why I don't really talk specifically as to topics because the only way you could get good commentary is when you have people come on. That's why I'm gonna do StreamYard. So when you see StreamYard right up in that little corner, that means I like someone to come into the room and we could have a discussion. Otherwise, I'm not gonna talk about world events and what my plan is because my plan to handle all these the winter is coming and all these high prices and gas, electric, food, everything is talking about my personal budget and how what I'm doing to cut it. And I'm starting to cut it and I'm starting to go right. Matter of fact, tomorrow when they start going on this rambling, talking about nothing, I'm just gonna start working on my spreadsheet and start contacting some of these places and start cutting down my bills. Like I'm going to get Mint for my cell phone, Sprint, AT&T, whatever. No, I mean Sprint, T-Mobile. Bye. I've been with y'all for years. I'm not paying 80 something dollars a month. No more. My phone finally got paid off on the last bill and it's supposed to be 60 something dollars. I might as well round up to 70. Nope, I'm not paying that no more. I'm going right to $30 a month with the same network, T-Mobile network, I'm keeping this phone, this old phone, because ain't nothing wrong with it. And I'm switching to Mint starting tomorrow. And I'm gonna do it online. And they said I'm keeping my phone number. So I'm gonna do that whole process and I'm gonna pay $90 for 3 months. You could pay up front. It's the same network. I already researched it. I looked into it. Who's expensive? Mint? Or you talk about AT&T, T-Mobile, and all the rest of them? Yes. Mint is $30 maximum. There's a $15 plan based on the number of data. And based upon my data usage from that I use, I could actually get the $15 plan because I don't use that much according to Sprint with the data. 2.5 gigabytes, that's a lot. I don't play games on my phone. I don't, nothing like that. So in actuality, I could actually get the $15 plan if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could actually get that for $15 a month. And it's the same network, T-Mobile network. Only reason why Mint is inexpensive, and like they said, they don't have stores, they don't have customer service, they don't do advertisements like that. So they're able to cut down. They're able to offer that. And I was like, dang, I should have did that for years ago. Verizon, Verizon. I don't know what version you talking about. Verizon. They all expensive. They all expensive. And then I'm going to look at my internet service. The only reason I have to keep my internet service, which is AT&T, is because I need to have internet, when I do my work and stuff. I don't have cable. I don't have no direct TV or nothing like that. I'm not going to do it. Never again. If I have a way of getting that satellite off my roof, I will find me a way of getting that off the roof. But I'll keep it on there for now. You don't need to go with no only thing with Mint, I mean, it's no different because you still have to buy the phone. If I wanted to get the new iPhone or Samsung phone or whatever, it's the same price that AT&T and Verizon and all the rest of them sell it for. No, I'm not doing no phone upgrade. Because they still charge you to use the service. It's like they say they'll give you a free iPhone, but you gotta but you still paying $100 and something dollars or $90 something dollars a month. And if you want to buy the phone, you could finance the phone. I'm not doing that. If I want to buy me another phone, I'll wait until this thing don't work no more. No, I'm not doing that. Blue True. I'm not buying no Infinity mobile phone. It's still the same price or higher, just like everybody else. Xfinity Mobile, unless you're telling me unlimited text mobile data, $30 a month. That's it. If it's not $30 for unlimited text, mobile text data, and still have the nationwide coverage on the T-Mobile network, I'm not messing with no. I'm not going with Xfinity Mobile. So I don't know what monthly plan you're speaking of with Xfinity, but you cannot beat $30. And even if you don't, and most people don't even need unlimited. In actuality, I don't need to get the unlimited data because I use 20 gigabytes, which is a lot, even when I check my usage on my current T-Mobile Sprint, I actually could get the $20, the $15, which is the minimum. There's $15, 25, and 30. And in actuality, $25, the $25 plan, I still wouldn't even use that much data, but I'm just going unlimited because I do my other things, and but I could do $30. $30, that ain't shoot, that's include everything. I worked at T-Mobile, not T-Mobile. I worked at Sprint and I worked at Verizon back in, and I worked at Metro PCS before I worked at the IRS, and I worked there for those 10 years. I was working in the wireless industry during that time. I remember when Verizon came about. It was 3 companies merged together to form Verizon Wireless. And then I remember and I worked at Sprint, and I worked at man, it was all right. No, it was no big deal. I mean, it ain't the same like it used to be regarding those phones and the plans and stuff back in the day. But shoot, no. All those companies use the same network in terms of CDMA systems and stuff. All people paying for is based on a name, Yeah, it was all right. It was nothing to be bragging about. Yeah, they had contracts. The exchange of the service. They used to give people a free phone, and then when when they realized, shoot, we ain't got to do no contract. Somebody, T-Mobile was the one started it. We don't do contracts. Then everybody started jumping over there, and then all of them started saying we don't do contracts either. And then they realized they could actually make money on the phones because people was not keeping the phone for a year. They would switch up, especially the ones who had the iPhones. They would switch up because they wanted the latest and the greatest, and then they all started doing that. So they all started doing it. So I don't want to talk about no damn T-Mobile and all this stuff and working there back in the day. It all sucked. That's all I can tell you. It was all customer service. When I worked at Sprint and I worked in the store, I was killing it with the sales, but it was cutthroat. So when they had text, it was 10 cents a minute for text. And people's like, text? Who do all that? Now all of a sudden, everybody's texting. Texting was not the thing. People are not interested in doing no texting back in the day. Now all of a sudden, that's all what people do. What? Why you pressure 7 cases of water? And I bought my big jug water thing to fill up, and I didn't even fill it up. Well, they did all the 2 Publixes and didn't even fill it up. But I still got the thing in the car, so I'm gonna go and get me take that dispenser out that box tomorrow. Months of having it, I ain't even took that thing out. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna go right up the street and fill that thing up with the with some water, the Primo, and put that thing right there on that top of that dispenser. It disperses hot water and cold. And I still got my case of water right there up in the trunk. And I got one in the pantry. Shoo. I'm gonna buy me Yep, I'm gonna put that thing in that little dispenser, that big bottle thing, 5-gallon. That thing went up from $1.50 to $1.75 And then Sprouts, they had it. It was $2. I mean, I know that's cheap for 5 gallons, but dog, I was like, y'all can go up. When you stockpile, that's binge buying that you're doing. Stockpiling, you're supposed to start gradually. You're supposed to bend it. You're supposed to bend it that stockpile months ago. Now the prices are going up the chain. Even Aldi's is not cheap like I was. It was like 29 cents for eggs at Aldi's and 69 cents for a half a gallon milk and less than almost $1.29 or for a gallon of milk now. Well, they already gone up and they're gonna go up. They already gone up and they probably get to the point they've gone up and then they don't even have, I ain't gonna say they don't have anything, but it's not as plentiful. I don't know. I guess it depends. Hold on a second. Let me charge my phone because I try to have my phone charged up so I could be able to look at videos while I'm laying in bed. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. I need to put this on a charger. I need to get me something to drink. I'm thirsty. Man, that Milo tea or Milo, whatever you want to pronounce, it tastes so good. And I bought the no sugar brand. And I'm surprisingly, it tastes like regular sweet tea, but no sugar. And they use what they use? Succulose. I know that's a chemical brand of sugar, but it's not Splenda either. Um Stevia. It's something, but it's not sugar. But they always make their tea with, they say only two ingredients. They said tea and water. But whatever they put, it ain't no chemical type of thing either. Ooh, that tastes so good. That tastes better than the other one that I bought. That green tea with peach, no sugar. That'll taste better. That one tastes better than the other one. But I mean, I still got some of that left. But that tastes good. It was on sale too. I said, dog, I hope it's on sale again because I will sure will be buying some more. Now this is water. Whew. You know about this big old beer mug thing? That's what it looks like. Something you want to drink beer out of. These glasses I bought at the Dollar Tree a few years ago. Now that the Dollar Tree it ain't supposed to be $1 anymore, it makes me want to go back tomorrow and see if they still sell these glasses. I may buy three more of these. I think I have bought two, and but I don't know for some reason why I only know I see one of these, and I had these for a few years now. Ooh, that tastes so good. Nice cold water. It tastes good too. I did drink some of that unsweet tea first, but I also drank me some water. That probably means I'm thirsty. So I'm gonna get that big old 5 gallon tomorrow. Put it under my water dispenser, and that really gonna keep it cold. So I think this is my third bottle from the case of water. I try not to drink water from the bottles all the time. That's only when I need to go out and about. But since I didn't get that water dispense, that water filled up today, I put it in the car and everything. Went to Publix. I could have took it out the car and put it in the car. But no, I said, no, I'll wait till I get to such and such. Shoot. But I'm gonna fill it up tomorrow. I'm gonna take that dispenser right out that box. Put it right in the kitchen. I'll show y'all tomorrow when I finally hook it up. All you gotta do is take it out the box, plug it up, put that. So I said, shoot. Yeah, I was at Publix to do that, to put the coupons on the bagel brand. And I bought two of them yesterday or last night. I had two coupons, but the bagel bites. Um, oh, that's neat. It had $1 off on the box. But I also had these coupons that you get it for free. So I end up using two of them, and I got two for free. I don't know. I never bought those before. It's called Banton Bagels. So I bought two. One was cinnamon, and the other was supposed to be New York bagel. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to taste like the New York bagels. So I haven't ate them yet. I never tried them before, but since I had those stack of coupons, I managed to buy two and got them for free. I was gonna eat them today, but I didn't. So I just made me a waffle and a chicken sausage that I got from Aldi's a few weeks ago. Oh, good grief! What you want to? I'll probably go next week. I'll probably go Sunday. Saturdays and Sundays usually real crowded. I said I would go tomorrow night, Wednesday, but they close at 9. So when the class thing is over, unless I decide to drive to the farmer's market and then be on the phone at the same time and get there at 6. So I would go tomorrow, but let me see. What's tomorrow? I know I want to go before November. November's coming up. My birthday is less than a month. Yeah, they sell fish. Whole fish, too. Matter of fact, Van Dam may be better for me to go because that fish market at the Cat Farmers Market always be crowded, always take long. People be, they want they skin the fish and chop the head off and clean it for you. You just pick it and they do all that for you. So if you ever go on a weekend, you be there all day. You might as well either you go there last and wait, or you go there first so you could go about shopping for your other stuff. Haven't bought fish. I have not really bought fish. I will go to Kroger and I'll buy, or no, Aldi, and get that little bag of pre-made fish. But fact, I have me some whiting and some um other fish in a bag. The little bag you get at Aldi to get the fish. But if I really want to get fish, like whole fish, like, oh, give me this head, real fish from the market, um, I would probably try to go to the Cab Farmers Market, but the line be so long that I said, shoot, I ain't got time to be waiting. So, but I don't buy fish like I do now. My uncle, he go fishing. What I was telling y'all about in South Carolina, and he have like a whole freezer and stuff like that. Every time I go there, I say, I want some. What you got in the freezer? I want some fish. He ain't got no fish. He always try to say he ain't got none. And venison, which is deer. Ooh, that tastes so good. I know y'all. I know somebody y'all be coming in. Who eats deer? But that tastes good. Don't let it fool you. So I would love to get whole actual fish. That. But you have to go to like the country, go to the go somewhere. People go fishing. My uncle didn't go fishing. Man, in fact, I should find me a fishing pole because I live off a lake, right? I don't live on the lake. I live. It's on the other side of the subdivision. Like if I was go across the street near the clubhouse, there's a lake. I don't think y'all ever saw my video when I be sitting out there. That's been a while since I've been out there. They have a lake. They said they supposed to stock it with fish and stuff, but I never seen any because people be illegally trying to fish at the lake. I said, hell no, get the hell on. Y'all ain't pay no HOA fees to be doing that. But I never went out there because I was like, I don't know what's out there. I said, because one day when I do a video, I'll show y'all what it looks like. But there's another lake place that I know. I'll be driving by Brass every time I come home from the other Amazon. It's called Twin Lake. There'll be people out there fishing too. I always said I was going to stop there one day, but I have no reason to stop because I ain't got no fishing pole. So there ain't really nothing to show y'all. But yeah, my uncle, he be going fishing and stuff. And every time I go to South Carolina, and I'll be asking, and he be acting like, he ain't got none. And, he always like, he ain't got none. Ah, yeah, all right. I get that big ass freezers. Not freezers. And then you count my grandmother freezer, and they got that way bigger one that I got. My mother and them, they know they be having fish and stuff in their freezer. And they act like I never asked my mother because my uncle be giving her fish and they be frying it. Remember that time when they came for Thanksgiving, my grandmother and my mother, they sure did bring some fish, fried it for dinner because I guess they figured I wasn't going to cook. So they be bringing their own meat. And I sure didn't cook either. I was so focused on cleaning and deep cleaning that I didn't even cook. My grandmother was like, I'm hungry. You ain't got no rice and chicken, stewed chicken and rice. I ain't had nothing cooked. I was so busy cleaning and scrubbing and polishing that I didn't even cook that day. That for them they came to dinner. I felt so bad. But my mother had fish. Where that fish at? She fried some fish and stuff. So Colas, if you ever decide you want to come and visit, I'll have cooked meals. But you have to let me know in advance, because I feel uncomfortable when I have people coming over and the place look like a mess. See, I'll be deep cleaning too, deep cleaning. But you have to let me know. It don't have to be Thanksgiving either, But at least let me know, because I don't think I'm going anywhere for this season. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Yeah, you be up there with the cat in the garage. Be like, unless the cat lets you in the house. Shoo. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I have to work that day, but I'm gonna have to I don't know. See, DeJour lucked out. DeJour came 2 days after Thanksgiving. And remember, and you saw that video. The video I made, I downloaded video, all that food and stuff. And of course, my mother packed up that food and took it home. Not all of it, but it was a lot. And that DeJour came over to my house and stacked up all those plates. I said, Next time somebody come on my house stacking up, shoot, I'm gonna make their own plate. I'm like, I'm gonna make it. How you gonna take all the food I had? Shoot, that was food that I was supposed to eat for the rest of the week. I wasn't planning on cooking. Nope. They said they had shortages on turkeys. And what else they said? It was something else. Shortages on turkeys. Somebody had a recall on something. I know they had meat recall on meat, said they had plastic in the meat. I'm not buying no whole turkeys. Matter of fact, there's a shortage on turkeys. So if you went to a store and you see a turkey, you better get it, because they're talking about there's no turkeys. Somebody video I watching on YouTube said they went shopping and they only had like 2 turkeys. 2 in the whole store. I think it was Kroger or Publix or somewhere. One of those, it wasn't those small little supermarket or Walmart. It might have been Walmart. I don't know. Wherever it was. Matter of fact, when I think about it, when I went to all the stores today, I didn't see no turkeys. Not no whole turkeys. I haven't. I sure haven't. I did not see any. And you can forget about ham. They already said there was going to be there was going to be a price hike on pork. Not best bacon either. Pork in general. So I told y'all. I told you. Remember I told you I was going to the farmer's market. I was going to buy those turkey wings. And I bought me some turkey wings. I only ate 2 of those turkey wings. That was a couple weeks last week. When I baked those 2 turkey wings, I had that for the whole week. I ate one piece and then I ate the other piece. And then I ended up nibbling on the other ones because, yep. So I will go to the calf farmers market. Matter of fact, I may go to it tomorrow now that you keep talking about it. I may go there tomorrow just to buy me some more turkey wings and maybe buy me a let me see. I may go there tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go there tomorrow. Even if it is late in the evening, I'm gonna buy me some turkey wings. I'm gonna buy me some more turkey wings. And maybe I'll buy some chicken sausages because they make those from scratch at the farmers market, the cab farmers market. I'm not buying a whole bunch of fruit and vegetables and stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna buy me some turkey wings, and I may buy me another chicken. Remember that big chicken that rotisserie? Because I could cut that up and make a quesadilla. Because I had me some quesadilla and I still got some cheese, and may make me a little quesadilla tomorrow. Chop that chicken up and put that make it as a quesadilla. Yep, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right on when we do that little class about 6:20, 6:15. Because class over at 7. Because if I leave the house at 7 and I get there about 7:38, they tend to not have anything. And they don't usually, So if I leave the house earlier, I could get there in time and I could buy my banana nut bread because they make breads and cookies and things from scratch too. All that stuff I showed y'all at the Calf Farmers Market, they make a lot of that from scratch. They make guacamole from scratch. They have like a bar. They have all these olives and all these different kind of chicken salad. Yeah, chicken salad, guacamole, different kind of. I think they make chicken salad and all these different kind of things. They used to have a hot bar where they could serve food. People could go through there. You get a hot bar. You could make your own foods because they make all all those vegetables and stuff. They cook it and people buy it, and you could make a plate and they weigh it. But I think I want to say they closed it down with the COVID thing. I don't remember them ever opening up after doing that. I have to see. If I go there tomorrow, I'll show y'all on camera and say, look what they got in the hot bar. I'm not gonna buy no food from the hot bar, but I don't remember if they did that anymore. Did they stop? I know they had salads and put it this way, if you wanted to eat a meal, you could also go there and eat and buy a meal, a plate. It'll be all different kind of meats or whatever they sell, chicken. They may have like baked chicken or rotisserie chicken. I want to say they may have fried chicken at one time, but I don't remember seeing that. I can't remember. I know it's good though. But Oh yeah. I don't remember now. I don't remember them seeing no turkey, no whole turkeys and stuff at the store. If they do have it, if they do have if they do have turkey, they will probably put them out now. It probably would be out by now. That's for sure. But I don't see, but I don't know what the price is going to be because I don't think, turkeys has always been like $25. It's never really been cheap. And if you get the biggest one and stuff, I don't know people going to be doing all that. And I remember arguing with a certain person. They was talking about they're gonna buy their turkey from Popeyes. That little Cajun turkey they already make. You have to place those orders like weeks in advance. Now you probably have to do it months in advance. I don't even think they're gonna do that anymore. Fried turkey from Popeyes because it was already kind of pricey at the time when they was doing it. When they used to do it, it was almost like $40. Now that was a few years ago, so you could imagine how much they're going to charge now if they were to do it. Peanut oil alone is expensive, and if you want a real good um, fried turkey, that's cooked in peanut oil. That's what gives it a flavor, even though it be greasy. But I've never really been crazy about fried turkey. Anyway, my uncle, the other one, there's the other one that lives across the field from my grandmother. He be frying turkeys, but I don't know. I don't think they'll be doing that as much anymore. It'd be way too expensive. So I don't know if Thanksgiving gonna be very festive with people with all these prices and shortages and stuff because it's not about being shipped because those are not something like that is not shipped overseas, but you have to think about um all these farms across the country, the turkey farms, the drought. If it was a drought, weather issues, and the feed, to feed the turkeys and the chicken. If they ain't had no chicken wings and those farms are not producing those meats and stuff, processing plants and the meats for the chicken farms and all that stuff and everything else going on, I don't know if they're gonna be turkeys like that. I don't think so. They never talk about stuff like that until it gets closer to the holidays. When the holidays come, that's when you start hearing the stories about Thanksgiving because they ain't gonna have no but you have to think about stuff, plants and things of weather is driven, you know, sweet potato and collard greens and cabbage and all that stuff on big farms. Those are that all factors into weather. If they had seeds, was there a good harvest going on? If the harvest is not good when that time comes, you'll see, we'll know. But it's the transportation of those goods of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of things are grown in California. You know, certain things growing depending where it comes from. Like Alabama, things like trucks. If they don't have enough trucks to transport those goods, there may be delays regarding that. That's why it's important. That's why I'm gonna start growing me something in the backyard. Collard greens, kale, something. Something gonna be grown. I may not have nothing grown this winter. This coming winter, because I didn't put nothing in the ground. I didn't plant nothing really. Nope, sure didn't. So I don't know. when I did try to plant some of the vegetables when I got from this one lady, that was during the summertime. But see, that was way too early for me to have it. Those things died. And I don't think I really did anything. I did do like try to do peppermint plant, herbs and stuff, but not like collard greens and the only thing I think I have that's growing, it was a lima bean. It was long little stalk thing grew, and that was it. But I ain't got no beets. I ain't got no collard greens, no nothing. Nothing grown in no pot. Ain't nothing grown in the backyard or on the side. So it's October now. I might be able to grow something, but I got to do some research because there's only certain things that I could try to plant right now. But if I wanted to plant something, I should have done it like September. I think I could still plant something in October, but certain vegetables like leafy type vegetables like collard greens, stuff like that, I think I could still grow. I'ma see. I'ma see. I ain't gonna waste seeds and nothing happens, but certain things can grow like cabbage, collard greens. You could grow that because in the winter the more colder it is, the more better. But I don't. I may have to do some research tomorrow. But I don't got a whole bunch of seeds. I ain't got that much stuff to plant. So, anyways, I've been on here for 2 hours, 1 minute, 1 hour, 58 minutes, 28 seconds. Let me finish drinking my nice cold water that's out of a beer glass. This is literally supposed to be a beer glass. Whew, delicious. I wonder if I was to drink water, just plain water, for a whole 30 days, no tea. No, I can't do that because I do eat oatmeal and I have to put milk or something. And I wonder if I was to drink water 30 every day, 30 days straight, I still probably drink milk, but it probably be more like almond milk when I eat oatmeal. Because when it start getting a little chilly like this, I love to eat oatmeal for breakfast. Since bacon and stuff is getting a little bit kind of over ridiculous, I'm gonna have to start my morning breakfast for oatmeal with um and the smoothies because I do have me some chia seeds I bought from Amazon. So I'm gonna start doing my smoothies. I may make a smoothie tomorrow. I think I have some almond milk I could use up. I'm gonna do a smoothie tomorrow morning. I ain't got no greens, so it's gonna have to be a fruit smoothies. I did drink a smoothie the other day from the smoothies that I bought with one of the assignments I had to do. And one of the assignments was I was supposed to buy one bottle of the smoothie. So I bought the green smoothie and I bought the orange mango whatever smoothie. And I had that the other day. Yeah, I had that the other day. I think I got a little bit left to drink. So, but that wasn't a smoothie that I made. That was the one that I bought. But I think I have me a couple. I think I have another frozen bag of strawberries still left in the freezer and some mixed berries. So I'm gonna see if I could try that frozen kale. If I have some left, I'm gonna make me a green smoothie tomorrow morning. I ain't got no bananas. No, I'll just do the fruit. Try that. And put a little bit of the chia seeds in it. But if I don't eat that tomorrow, I will eat oatmeal with chia seeds. Sprinkle some on there, and that will be it. Because now it's getting a little bit chilly. I don't like to eat I like to eat a lot of oatmeal and something more hot for breakfast, other than just eating the same bacon, eggs, and grits all the time. Besides, I don't have any more grits. So, and I still have that chicken sausage, but I don't want to eat that tomorrow. Anywho, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Time to go. All right, y'all. I guess I'll talk to y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one.